All right, everyone, get ready, because today we are diving deep into God of War Ragnarok.
That's right.
And to help us navigate the 9 realms,
9 realms.
we have this awesome blog post by gaming expert Mazen Turkmani.
He's been around forever.
He has since 2013.
Yeah.
So we're in good hands here.
We're in very good hands. And you know what else? By the end of this deep dive, you're going to be in good hands too, because we're sharing all the tips, all the strategies.
All the secrets.
All the secrets to absolutely conquer this game.
Yes.
So get ready for some intense combat tactics.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to find all the hidden loot. We're going to talk about how to optimize your gameplay and...
Oh, and the boss battles.
Oh, don't even get me started on those.
I know.
The endgame content, it's going to be epic.
Okay, so to kick things off, I found something really interesting in Mazen's post about how the game handles minions during boss fights.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
You know those little guys that just love to swarm you when you're trying to take down a big baddie?
Right. Like just a distraction.
The worst.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, when you defeat a mini-boss, any minions, it's summoned just poof.
Gone.
Out of there.
Just like that.
So you can focus on the main event.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they designed it specifically to streamline the combat so you can, really focus on the big threat.
That makes sense.
Right.
Because you need all your attention for those boss fights.
Oh, absolutely.
They are no joke.
No joke. And speaking of no joke, New Game Plus.
Oh my gosh.
Have you even looked at this yet?
I have, and just reading about it makes my palms sweat.
Yeah. It's hardcore, right? It's like you start fresh, keep all your gear.
That's good.
Which is awesome, but then all of a sudden the enemies are just amped up.
They're tougher.
They're tougher, they're exclusive rewards, like you were basically proving to the game, like, hey, I mastered this.
I'm ready for round 2.
Yeah.
Mazen had some really great advice for anyone who is brave enough to take on New Game Plus.
Yeah, what was that?
He said upgrading your gear to level 9 before you jump in is crucial.
Oh, that makes a ton of sense, because, you are going to need every advantage you can get.
Oh, yeah.
And there are new resources in New Game Plus, too.
Like what?
Things like Scap Slag and Primal Flames. And they're, essential for crafting the top-tier equipment.
Like a whole secret layer of the game opens up.
Totally. And the level cap is raised to 10 this time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, it's not just about, beefing up Kratos to be this unstoppable god of war.
Right.
There's a whole emotional side to this journey, too.
Yeah.
Mazen talks a lot about the father-son dynamic between Kratos and Atreus. It's at the heart of the story.
It is.
And it's really interesting how much Kratos' past, as this god of war, actually influences how he deals with being a dad.
Yeah, it's like he's fighting a battle on 2 fronts.
2 fronts, I like that.
Against the enemies in front of him, but also against his past.
Yeah, he's trying to break that cycle,
Totally.
He wants to be better for Atreus.
Yeah, and Atreus is going through it, too.
Oh, totally.
He had to figure out his own destiny and, control his powers.
Which, let's be real, that's a lot for a teenager.
It is, even if you are the son of a god.
Yeah.
Okay, but can we just talk about how amazing this game looks for a minute?
Oh, especially on PS5 Pro.
It's stunning. They really went all out.
I know.
60 frames per second, high frame rate mode.
Variable refresh rate support. They've thought of everything.
Yeah, it's so smooth.
Yeah.
And for the players who really want to challenge themselves, there's this new option to reduce companion puzzle hints.
I saw that.
So you're not just handheld through every single challenge.
It's like they're giving you the freedom to figure it out on your own.
Exactly. Trust the players a little bit.
Exactly.
Now here's where things get kind of meta.
Oh.
Mazen actually mentions that AI was used in creating his blog post.
Really?
I know, it's pretty wild.
That is pretty wild. So, what does that even mean for the future of gaming content?
I don't know. Are we moving towards a world where AI is helping us understand these complex games?
I mean, it's a good question.
It is.
How will it change the way we experience games and gaming journalism and all of that?
So many big questions.
Yeah.
But let's bring it back to the treasure hunt for a second.
Okay, yes.
Those veneer chests are back.
Those are always fun.
They are. And they're more than just cool loot.
Oh, right. They're strategically tied into the resource management of the game.
Yeah, they offer these alternating health and rage upgrades.
You ever think? Right.
You do. Do you go for survival or unleashing those devastating attacks?
Right. Which one are you prioritizing?
Exactly. And that is something to keep in mind as you prepare to conquer God of War Ragnarok.
It's going to take more than brute force.
It will. You got to be strategic.
Strategic, you got to be smart.
You got to use your head.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's a delicate balance.
It is. And the combat system seems like it's designed to reward both skill and strategy.
Yeah. Mason really breaks it down in his post. And it's clear that mastering the combat system is like...
essential.
Yeah, especially if you want to play on those higher difficulty settings.
Oh, yeah.
One thing that really stood out to me was how much he emphasized using elemental attacks strategically.
Yeah. He
talks about
that.
It's not just about hacking and slashing. Yeah. It's about understanding how different elements interact.
Yeah, he gives the example of combining the frost damage from the Leviathan axe.
Oh, yeah.
With the fiery strikes of the blades of chaos.
It's like ice and fire coming together to just like...
a symphony of destruction.
Obliterate your enemies.
I love it.
And it's not just about offense either.
Oh, right.
The defensive maneuvers are just as important.
Blocking, dodging, parrying.
All of that.
Yeah.
Like, those aren't just afterthoughts. They're skills that you need to master if you want to survive.
You got to find that rhythm.
Yes.
Between attack and defense.
Anticipate your opponent's moves.
React with precision.
It's a
It is. And as we progress through the game, Kratos and Atreus, they're not just becoming better fighters, right?
No, they're evolving as characters. Like, their growth is intertwined with the narrative itself.
Yeah, we see Kratos wrestling with his past, trying to break free from that cycle of violence.
Right. He's spent so long as the ghost of Sparta.
Yeah.
And
now he's trying to be better.
He's trying to be a good dad to Atreus.
But he's got those inner demons he's got to deal with, too.
Yeah, it's tough.
And Atreus is on his own journey, too, trying to come to terms with being, you know...
the son of a god.
Yeah, and this prophecy hanging over his head.
It's a lot for a young guy to handle.
Yeah, and the game does a great job of exploring those complexities in their relationship.
Yeah, this intention.
Understanding.
Yeah, it's really well written.
It is. It's what makes the game so compelling.
Absolutely.
It's more than just violence and action.
It's got heart.
It does. Speaking of action.
Oh, yeah.
Those boss battles.
Dude.
And
they're next level.
I know.
From what I've seen, the scale, the intensity, the spectacle.
The spectacle.
It's just epic.
I'm really curious about the prophesied battle against the Norse gods.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Can you imagine the weight of that confrontation?
Knowing that, like, everything is on the line.
Yeah.
The fate of the world.
It's the culmination of everything.
Everything.
They've been fighting for.
And it's not just going to be about brute force either. You're going to have to use everything you've learned.
Yeah.
All your skills, your knowledge of the enemies.
Your understanding of the combat system.
It's going to be the ultimate test.
It is. But beyond those epic showdowns, there's a whole world to explore.
Oh, don't even get me started on those realms.
I know.
They're breathtaking. Each one has its own beauty and secrets.
Yeah, they did a great job with the environments.
The game really encourages exploration, you know?
Yeah, they do.
Go off the beaten path, see what you can find.
And those Nornir chests.
My favorite.
I love the Nornir chests.
They're back.
They are. And they make you think strategically.
Yeah. Do you prioritize health rage?
What do you need?
Yeah, you gotta make choices.
Exactly. And with those new resources in New Game Plus...
oh, right.
There are even more ways to customize your gear.
You can really make it your own.
It's like, this game just keeps on giving.
It does.
You peel back one layer and there's another one.
And another.
And it's not just about the loot.
No, it's about the experience.
It's about immersing yourself in the world.
In the mythology.
It's magical.
Yeah, and it really shows the power of video games. You know, like they can transport us to these different worlds.
Make us feel things.
Yeah, they can challenge us in ways that, you know, other forms of entertainment just can't.
They can. And in the case of God of War Ragnarok, I think they really struck a chord.
They did.
They created an experience that's both thrilling and emotional.
And the guide even talks about the Valhalla DLC.
Oh, yeah.
So there's even more to explore.
It never ends.
And that's not even taking into account the PC enhancements.
Oh, yeah.
Which, as we discussed, take the visuals to a whole other level.
It's stunning.
Yeah.
They really push the boundaries.
Yeah. You can tell they're passionate about what they do.
They are.
They really wanted to create something special, and they succeeded.
They did. And I think ultimately that's what makes this game so captivating. It's not just the spectacle, it's the characters.
The story.
The emotional journey.
Yeah. It's all those things coming together.
It is. It reminds us that even in a world of gods and monsters.
Yeah.
It's those human elements.
The connections.
That really make it resonate.
And speaking of connections, it's interesting to think about how this guide was created with the help of AI.
Oh, right. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
A whole other conversation.
It is. But for now, let's bring it back to Ragnarok.
Yes.
And the incredible experience it offers.
Okay, so from those combat mechanics
Yeah.
to the breathtaking visuals,
Mm-hmm.
the emotional narrative,
To the vast world.
it's clear that Santa Monica's studio put their heart and soul into this game.
They did, and it shows.
It does, and for players,
Yeah.
it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Hours of entertainment and challenges.
Unforgettable moments.
It really does. And, it's a game that stays with you
It does.
long after the credits roll.
Right.
Like, you keep thinking about the characters, the
The
themes.
story.
Yeah, the whole experience.
It's powerful stuff.
It is, and it makes you think about that question you asked earlier about what Kratos and Atreus
Oh, yeah.
can teach us about, facing our own challenges and embracing our past.
Yeah, I think their journeys are a good reminder that we all have baggage.
We do.
It shapes us.
But it doesn't define us.
Exactly. I mean, look at Kratos.
Yeah.
He spent centuries running from his past.
All that guilt and rage.
The ghost of Sparta.
Yeah.
But in Ragnarok, he's choosing a different path.
He is.
He's breaking the cycle.
Through Atreus.
For himself.
And Atreus is dealing with his own burdens, too.
He is.
The weight of prophecy.
Yeah.
The expectations of being Loki.
It's a lot to carry.
It is, and he's constantly questioning everything.
Trying to figure out who he is.
Yeah, it's interesting how these larger-than-life characters,
Right.
gods and monsters,
Yeah.
they're dealing with such human struggle.
I know. It's like
The need for redemption,
the search for identity.
trying to make peace with the past.
It's universal.
It is. It doesn't matter if you're a god of war
Right.
or just a regular person trying to get through life.
We all face challenges.
We make mistakes.
We got to find a way to move forward.
Exactly. And sometimes those challenges force us to confront things about ourselves that are uncomfortable.
Like Kratos facing the consequences of his actions.
Yeah.
The pain he's caused.
Atreus learning to control his powers.
Right.
His anger.
It's in those moments that we find our strength.
Yeah. Kratos embraces being a father.
Finds a purpose beyond just fighting.
Atreus learns to use his wit and cunning.
Yeah, it's like they're both on these parallel journeys.
And it mirrors our own journeys as players.
Right. We're learning, adapting, overcoming obstacles.
Just like in real life.
Exactly. We have to think strategically.
Master new skills.
Push ourselves.
And we discover things about ourselves we didn't even know.
I love that.
Me too.
Well, I think we've done it.
I think we have.
We've journeyed through the 9 realms.
We've emerged victorious.
From our deep dive into God of War Ragnarok.
We covered it all: combat,
Exploration.
character development.
Those big themes.
We really unearthed some hidden treasures.
We did.
And I hope you learned something along the way.
Me too. So if you haven't already,
Yeah.
I highly encourage you to check out this game.
It's an experience you won't forget.
It is. Dive into the world.
Experience the beauty.
The challenges.
The incredible story.
And remember, as you face those trials,
In the game and in life.
take inspiration from Kratos and Atreus.
Embrace your past.
Learn from your mistakes
Forge your own path.
to a brighter future.